Today in Minecraft Skyblock here on Cosmic Sky, we're finally going to be going ahead and setting up some auto slayer bots, as well as expanding upon our automated farms. So without further ado, let's hop right into this. For this video, I've specifically prepared a decent amount of the items that we're going to be needing, and as well, we still have some extra money. We have like 22 million we can go ahead and spend on like harvesters if we need, certain items that we might need in the future of this video. So the first thing we need to go ahead and set up is the slayer bots, and we're going to be setting up one for zombies, skeletons, zombified piglin, and blazes. We're of course going to be presetting the rest of them as well, and I do have an idea of how I want to make this work properly, and it involves using gravel. So we're going to shop, and we're going to go ahead and buy some gravel in this area right here, and then we grab, I think we'll get like 10, or no, we'll do 12. But if we go into PV4, I have 4 auto slayers I purchased before the start of this video, and these were about at least 7 to 9 million per one, so it is quite pricey for these. But if we go ahead and place an auto slayer down, it says right here, you must place the auto slayer bot down in an empty space. So I'd have to place it here, and I want a block to be in this area as well. So the best option to solve this problem is of course to have gravel fall onto this area. So we put a slayer down, and we need 2 gravel, so 1, there we go, it places a block, and then 2, if I can place it, there we go. We're only going to be doing this for the mobs that are actually useful for money and XP. So we're not going to be doing like chickens or rabbit or of course spider and cow. I just don't want to do it for those because they don't make enough island XP, so it's not really too worth it. So found the location for each bot. We're going to go ahead and start placing these down, and then we're going to go ahead and do the gravel method. So we'll go ahead and just start placing gravel above all of these. Okay, the last piece is placed. Now we have them all set up in their positions. Now we just need to go ahead and place some wool back, and of course we're going to use hoppers and a link chest so that we don't have to use a lot of link chests. We're going to just put a hopper here and let it flow from this end, I think is the idea. Or actually, let's do the opposite, make it flow from here all the way to there. That seems like a better idea to me, at least. So we're gonna go along, put hoppers along all these, and then we should be situated. We'll of course go into shop, buy one more, and place it there. So they should be facing the same way for all of them except for this one. So place the link chest down. We just need to go ahead and get a ton of iron fuel so we can go ahead and fill all the hoppers and the slayers up themselves. So if we hover over the slayer bot, like where it's at, it actually can be accessed from the top here. So we'll go into the slayers and fill them up first before we fill the hoppers. I do have a decent bit of bundled fuel, so this should be pretty easy to set this all up. So I'm currently checking if the bots are fully fueled, so I'm just gonna double check everything, and then we're gonna go ahead and put in fuel in the hoppers. Okay, we should be good now, so we're gonna go ahead and replace the gravel. So let's go ahead and break these, and then put gravel there and gravel there. And I realized I placed the link chest in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be over there. Silly me. Okay, so that's situated, so now we can go ahead, put the link chest down right here, and I need to grab fuel from here. And now we start checking fuel in the hoppers, and we should get situated pretty quick with all the fuel that we need to put in. I just need to use like 1 or 2 more bundles, and we should be fine. The amount of iron fuel I'm making is insane, so it's not really a problem to put this in beforehand. So it's actually really nice. But if we go ahead, put the iron fuel on the white channel, and then we should be good. What I've been doing recently is color coding which channel is which, because eventually I'm gonna download this world before the map ends. That is at least my plan. I'm not sure if I'll be able to download the world, we'll see, but I've been color coding everything to know which is which channel. So we'll leave a tunnel to this guy right there, and then the rest of this will just fill back up with of course light gray wool, and then we should be situated with the slayers, and it should start counting towards our island XP and making us more island XP, because right now if we look at island slayer, we're trying to get the zombified piglin, which requires island level 12, even though we have the skeleton requirement done. So far it seems like it's putting in work. So the one thing I'm curious about is this going to cause any issues with manual grinding? So far from what I'm noticing, it's not causing any issues for manual grinding. Like I can see it slow down at certain points on how many kills are happening, but it's like a very brief second. So I'd say it's worth having this set up, at least in my opinion. If it's not using a lot of fuel, to be fair, we could move these 2 over and have 2 going at the same time. And the reason I'm considering this is because there's just going to be 2 sitting there for no reason, and I'd rather not have that as a problem. So I have an idea of how we can have this set up properly for an extra 2. First of all, for this one, we place down 2 gravel so it's enclosed, and then we need the other bot, so we'll go ahead, move this away and break that, put a bot here, and then we start filling it with fuel. Now I need to place more gravel, so we go ahead and put 2 down. And yes, of course, we're gonna need more hoppers, so I'm gonna buy like double the amount or triple the amount we currently have. So let's go ahead, start just buying a ton of these. We'll get like 30 actually. So now I break the link chest and I make kind of like a loop, I guess, going around. So I put this here and we start putting hoppers all the way around in a loop. All right, so we'll put the link chest right here, white channel, and now we got to start chucking in all this fuel that's sitting on the ground before it despawns. I've also realized I need to move this over one, so we're gonna try and add some more hoppers to the end of this. So we put a hopper here, and then I need my pickaxe so we can replace this hopper with one facing into that one. Now we go ahead, put down the white channel. So the next 4 spots is right here, 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 and here. So I got those preset pretty much, so we should be good from there on. So the next plan for the video is we're gonna be going ahead and setting up another harvester bot. And the thing is, we're gonna be setting up another row. And we're also gonna be going ahead and replacing the sugarcane here with beetroot. If we look at IS farming, we have enough for beetroot. The only issue is we don't have the recipe, which I have solved that for future videos. What I've done off camera is collected every recipe except for nether wart. So we have every recipe to continue for farming recipe stuff, which is really good. So we'll go ahead, grab this beetroot recipe, redeem it, and now we have beetroots. So now we can go ahead and start removing the sugarcane farm. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we're gonna make a whole nother farm just for sugarcane. And then there's a bit of stuff under the island we can remove as well. And if you guys are enjoying the videos as well, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. I'd appreciate all the feedback. Feedback is very appreciated. Okay, we should be pretty much done removing the sugarcane now. Now we're just gonna make a beetroot farm, I guess. So we're gonna go along to the very edge with dirt, of course. So we'll go into shop and buy some dirt, get another stack. And then I also did make modifications to this whole system. Someone commented, and I was gonna plan on doing this anyways, but someone commented that I should make it so there's slabs on the outside instead of the middle of the farm, so I could get an extra crop in, of course, which is smart. And I was gonna do that anyways, I just hadn't done it yet. So I did do that eventually, and we're gonna do it with this new farm as well. If I recall, I was gonna expand upon the current farm we have for carrots, wheat, and potatoes, so we might actually make another row right here. So like if we trim this off and make another row, get another harvester, of course have another fueling station, but you get the point. We're gonna be having another harvester here just for these crops again, so of course we can make more money off of those. Okay, so we need 2 water buckets. Where are these at? And I guess I can go ahead and place this down, even though the bot's not really gonna farm anything. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right here would be where the water is going to be, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it would be right here. Perfect. Now we just need 2 slabs, and we should be situated. We place them like this, put the water in the slabs, and we're good. Now we go ahead, go into, I think, PV3, and we start grabbing beetroot seeds, which we only have 3 to begin with, which I'm gonna have to collect more off camera. We'll actually go ahead and buy some if there are any. So right now we could spend about like 7 million on beetroot seeds, which I'm willing to do just because we need them. And that's about 32 right there in just beetroot seeds. I'd say it's a good investment long term if I want to get farming up, and we're only gonna need about, I think, 13 more seeds, and then we're done this side. I guess what we can do is go ahead, set up the next area of crops, and then we'll do the sugarcane row later, or after, I guess we could say. So I need a lot of dirt and wool, so we should be good if I just use all the stuff I had in my double chest previously. Okay, we should be situated on the wool, so I'll go ahead and put some of that back. Now we just go ahead and place all the dirt, and then we have to till it and properly put in the crops where they need to be chunk-wise. This is gonna make us money, and as well save us money for having to buy more link chests since it's in the same chunk, as well as collection chests. Realistically, it's just a wise choice. So the dirt is done, and I've also realized we don't even need another collection chest for this refueling system. We can just use hoppers. Let me grab out my pickaxe, and we'll start breaking this hopper here, and then we'll let this all fuel up. That's basically all we're gonna be doing. We're gonna let this fuel for the time being and get situated, of course, while I'm tilling the land that we need to till for the crops. Also, since the video I made about the whole automation system or semi-automation recipes, I've made it so this mining bot only has 2 coal nodes because I've been making way too much coal resources. Like, I have a ton I need to sell. So we're gonna take a look if there's any harvester upgrades, which I highly doubt there are not. We are gonna go ahead and get a harvester bot anyways, but I'm noticing we need 2 as well. So we'll get 2, but there's no upgrades that like are in this guide that I put in here. So we're gonna take the one off of this one and put it on the sugarcane so we make the most most amount of island XP because it breaks the sugarcane instantly and it also just respawns super quick. All the tilled land is done. So now I go along here and I think up to here is where the potatoes start. So we just go along there and we fill this all in. The exact amount of seeds for that is 48, which we have the exact amount in carrots. I was one shy of having the extra slot here, so I'll fix that eventually by going in adventures, of course. And we're obviously gonna need way more sugarcane than this, so we'll probably buy some off AH maybe. Anyways, let's go ahead and start putting potatoes down. Also, I've realized we're not collecting the beetroot. That is an issue, so we're gonna go ahead figure that out really quick. We'll set it to purple, and I think it is purple, yeah, because it goes into here. Also just claimed 2 million from the bot, which is really nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is start putting down sea lanterns for light. The amount of sea lanterns I've had since the start of the map, I've had to purchase 0, which is kind of amazing that I didn't have to purchase any. We're gonna put the harvester down, and I'm also gonna just start fueling it on my own. And there we go. We've got this situated. The harvester is moving and grooving. Now we need a ton of wool, which I do have, but we're gonna move over all the previous designs and move them around so we can make these stacked on top of each other, the new crops, I guess. So I need a decent bit of blocks, and we need to find a new location for this, and I need to lay out where eventually we'll have pumpkins and melons. From this corner, we're going up about 32 blocks, so then there's enough room for me to still do things at the height limit, I guess. Because how high can I go on my island? I can go up to about 68 on my Y level, which we're not even close to that. We're on like 50 if I stand right here, which is fine. And that's all we really need for this anyways. So I'm making a giant row of wool going to the very end here. We put a collection chest and we set it to beetroot, and then we put a hopper underneath. Link chest, there we go. Set it to purple. Okay, so I'm done setting up this again. I rebuilt it and removed the one down here. So now we just go along and move to this end, and we just go ahead, break this, put a red wool, and then we grab all the materials we need. So we need potatoes on the collection chest and a red link chest. So we go here, set this to potatoes. Where's farming? Right there, potatoes, red link chest, and a hopper underneath. There we go. So we have that one done. So we go all the way to the edge here. So now we're gonna do orange, and it's gonna be for wheat, and it's gonna be an orange link chest, of course. So I managed to rebuild all these and move them up, and now we just need to go ahead and start placing gray wool down. So we're gonna set up the sugarcane area. So the platform I built, we're not gonna need this much space, but we're gonna go ahead, find the center here. So I believe it's this block right here, and then that'll be our barricade, and then I think we'll just have it like this. Pretty easy layout, and we also remove all of this area. I guess I didn't need to place all this because we're gonna put dirt, and then underneath here, we're gonna have a layer just so we can hold the water. That's quite literally it. So all I need to do is remove these 3 rows, which shouldn't take too long. All right, let's place all this dirt down. We need 2 rows. While I'm at it, I'm gonna quickly remove the area on the outside that I placed a ton of wool on, because apparently we don't even need this. Okay, now that that's destroyed, we're gonna place down water buckets. So I believe it goes out 7 blocks from where the water is placed. Okay, water is done, as you can see. Now a row of wool will be put above this, where the bot will hover across and break the sugarcane when it's too tall, because on here it grows too tall instead of 3 tall. We're also going to be saving how many link chests we use for this whole farm system, so we can keep some more money, of course. So my plan is to go here, grab hoppers, and we go along in like a snake pattern, I guess is the way to call it. I don't really know a better way or name to call that. And then we'll do it for the melons as well. Like, we'll add on to it. As you can see, we could add on to it and go up for the melons. It's honestly a smart idea, and it saves a lot of money. So of course, for the time being, we'll set this to white channel, and we'll start putting in fuel. So I can't find sea lanterns in shop. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and start putting a 4-block gap between all this, and find a good layout for this, of course, because you only really need a 4-block gap between each block, I believe, for the light source to stay the same. So from my understanding, this is the best we're gonna get, and we save about like a stack and a half sea lanterns. So I'm gonna copy it above here. So we need 4 collection chests, and I believe 1 link chest, and a ton of hoppers to set up the collection system for this. Let's buy a decent bit of hoppers. I think we're gonna need like a stack or something, so we'll just buy into that many. So the link chest is going to be right here, and I think it's orange because it goes into the crafting menu up here. So yeah, it is orange. And then we set this to sugarcane in the collection chest, and we'll also add a collection chest right here as well, because they're 2 different chunks, of course. And then we make the row of hoppers to about, I think, the edge right here. Yeah, because we want to collect this chunk and this chunk. So it goes up to here, and we add the collection for both of these. Sugarcane, and then we do sugarcane in here. There we go. So now the collection is basically done. Now we go on AH and buy sugarcane, which the best offer is this one, and then this one as as well. So I'll buy all that, which I do think this gets to a full thing almost of just sugarcane needing to be placed, of course, from all that purchasing there, which of course was about like 4 million, I think. And also our previous sugarcane that we had in my PV, because yeah, 1 stack per row, so we're missing about 7. So of course I'll get that off camera as well, just like the beetroot. All right, we can go ahead and fuel this thing up. Even though nothing's growing right now because we just placed down the sugarcane, it's still working technically, so that is good. We have set up 2 different farms, an extra one of this, and a sugarcane farm, which is amazing. We also set up auto slayers for island XP and money, which is even more insane. I'd say we made a lot of progress today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.